Hey friends, Ash here with Gents. Hope you're doing well. Today, I have the video type that is everyone's favorite.
How to succeed in life.
No.
How to improve yourself.
Improve yourself? Why would you want to do that?
Oh, I've got it. How to make the world a better place.
Better place? Nah, man. Beast mode fragrances. Come on. So today we're talking about fragrances that you can use in the fall or the winter. I mean, those seasons really go kind of hand in hand, especially as it gets later on into fall. We're gonna be talking about scents that have great longevity. Off my skin, we're talking 12 plus hours, potentially. Assuming you don't like jump into an ice pond or something and the fragrance washes off. At that point, not my fault. Obviously, most of these scents are gonna be very rich, warm, sweet, and dense. And I would say the vast, overwhelming majority here, if not all of them, are huge compliment pullers for whoever cares about that. So let's get this bad boy kicked off with code Profumo from Giorgio Armani. This one has tonka, amber, cardamom, and green apple as some of the notes in the fragrance. When you spray this on, it's got this amazing, effervescent, very sweet, almost kind of root beer feeling to it. People absolutely love the way this stuff smells, and it's evident in the way that Armani keeps retooling and redoing this DNA, where you can draw a direct line from Armani Code to Armani Code Ultimate to Armani Code Profumo to Armani Code Absolute, which I've talked about in previous videos, but still holds true. People love Armani Code, that's what I'm trying to say, in pretty much any form. This one is youthful, it projects loudly, it lasts forever, it's an amazing night out fragrance, and through fall and winter, this is gonna be one of your best bets if you're looking for something to command attention and also last much longer than you will. And by that, I just mean you're gonna go to bed before the fragrance runs off your skin. That's what I meant, because you'll be tired. You need sleep. Let's keep going with a little more Armani, only this time Emporio instead of Giorgio. And this time it's stronger with you intensely. This one has toffee, cinnamon, vanilla, and tonka as some of the notes in the fragrance. It has this extraordinary warmth to it with the spiciness that it has, giving it this very gourmand and yet sexy, alluring kind of feel. A lot of people are gonna say that this is a little bit too youthful for them. Maybe this is a little bit too youthful for them. But frankly, I think that really just about anybody can rock these. And when we're talking the stronger with you line, if you're just going for maximum performance, Intensely is probably gonna be your best bet. Stronger with you, absolutely, very good performance as well. I mean, frankly, all the fragrances in the line have at least good performance, if not very good. But Intensely is gonna give you just a little bit more oomph than the others. Since we're talking about beast mode fragrances, why don't you become a beast mode gent like Sean Tillman? Yeah, he's one of the beast mode gents and he's flexing on you right now, hard. Beast mode gents get all kinds of stuff. Exclusive videos, early access to videos. So click the join button below, check out the perks, become a beast mode gent, or most complimented, versatile. Those are good too. Don't make me send Sean after you, because I will. Let's keep it moving to something maybe a little darker, a little more mysterious, something that comes across smelling maybe a little more high-end, and something that's going to appeal more probably to guys middle-aged and older. It is Nuit d'ici Noir Argent from Issey Miyake. Issey Miyake makes some amazing cool weather fragrances. I know that for a lot of people, the first fragrance they think of with Issey Miyake is low DC. So they're thinking spring, summer, kind of an Aqua de Joe-ish type vibe in terms of when you would wear their fragrances, but no. They're cool weather stuff. That is the bee's knees. This one has myrrh, leather, olibanum, and saffron as some of the notes in the fragrance. This one, like I said, a little bit darker, a little bit more mature. And on occasion, you'll see some people, I mean, really it goes with any fragrance, but especially Issey Miyake ones, who will say, yeah, it smells good, but I get no performance. And with this one, when I see that, I just think to myself, how is that possible? I mean, maybe some people, their skin, it just doesn't work out for them with this one, but for me, it lasts forever. But even though it lasts forever, it doesn't last as long as this next one, which is Gucci Intense Oud. And out of everything here, if this isn't the most powerful, it's the second most. Intense Oud, olibanum, and leather. The quality on this is through the roof. Much higher than you would expect from a Gucci fragrance, for sure. It does have some similarities to Black Afgano by Nasamato, which is also a hugely powerful scent. So what's the drawback with this one? Yeah, that's gonna be the price. Yeah, the price. Gucci Intense Oud, you go to the discounter and you think, okay, I'm gonna scoop it up. My budget is $115. That should easily cover a Gucci fragrance, and you would be horrifically wrong. Let's get the handy dandy hand computer out here and let's see what it's running right now. $243.74 on FragranceNet, but that's the 25% off coupon, 35% off. You're gonna be able to lower that to probably like 210. But have no fear, that's not the only website that exists. Let's also check out Fragrance X, since that one is also quite a large discounter, and it is much cheaper. There's one in stock for $170. So it's gonna cost you a little bit, but thankfully it lasts forever and it projects like an unholy demon that has been released from your skin, an oud demon. So it's gonna fill up a room, it's gonna choke people out, which is what you're looking for. If you're looking for beast mode fragrances, it's gonna last 12 plus hours, realistically, probably like 24 hours. It is monstrous, but you're gonna have to pay for it. Let's keep it moving to something a little more versatile, right? Something that you can wear, honestly, any season. So it's not just fall and winter, you can wear this anytime, daytime, nighttime, spring, summer, winter, fall, whatever. Savage Eau de Parfum from Dior. Bergamot, Sichuan pepper, lavender, and ambroxan. And you know what they say, you can't spell ambroxan without bro. Don't know if anybody actually says that. Thankfully, the ambroxan in Savage Eau de Parfum is reined in a little bit from the Eau de Toilette. It's not quite as in your face, not quite as metallic, not quite as aggressive, and yet it still lasts forever. A little bit more grown up, sure. A little bit richer, sure. And does it still have the compliment factor of the original? Yes. Savage Eau de Parfum is the true jack of all trades fragrances. Like I said earlier, you can wear it anywhere, anytime, any age, doesn't matter. You could be a great grandpa out there with your walker going and you blast yourself with Savage 5 or 6 times, you're gonna have people like, wow, Gramps, you smell amazing, dog. Or maybe a lady would come up and she would say that, only she would sound less like a Chad. Let's go from one eau de parfum to another. Next up, Gentleman Eau de Parfum. This one has black vanilla, Tolu balsam, tonka, and orris as some of the notes in the fragrance. And this one is not as versatile as Savage Eau de Parfum, but in terms of how it smells, it's just as fantastic, if not better, at least in my own personal opinion. And one of the reasons I do love that so much is the usage of iris or orris in the fragrance. It harkens back a little bit to fragrances like Dior Homme or Dior Homme Intense or Valentino Uomo Intense. Things along those lines where the iris comes across a little bit dense, a little bit heavy, a little bit creamy, maybe a little bit makeup-y, as people like to say. It smells amazing. Absolutely love it. Killer scent. Leans more toward nighttime use, which you would expect with this type of bottle where it's all blacked out and everything. There have been some more versatile versions of Gentleman that have come out after this one. Gentleman Eau de Parfum Boise, Gentleman Eau de Toilette Intense. Those are gonna have a little more versatility as far as anytime use goes with a similar DNA. But if we're talking just straight up performance, that one's better. And as far as straight up smell, I also think that one's better. Although the other ones are really good too. I'm not bagging on those, just to keep that straight. Don't put words in my mouth, okay? Let's go from there to here. Valentino Uomo Intense, I just brought it up. Vanilla leather tonka and iris, some of the notes in the fragrance. So again, a little bit of an overlap here in terms of the note breakdown between the two. Now, as much as I love Gentleman Eau de Parfum, and I do, I love that fragrance, I might have to tell you guys that this one is even better. They're both fantastic, but for me, man, Valentino Uomo Intense is just one of the pinnacle fragrances for iris usage in this style in the designer realm. And it probably always will be, you know? It's just that good. It's sweet. It has a sparkle to it, kind of an effervescence when you spray it on. And as it dries down, the warmth that it has is just out of control. It'll last forever. The quality of the fragrance is extreme when we're talking designers. It is great stuff. And on top of all that, the bottle is cool too. Now, that one for a long time, people have been saying it's discontinued, it's discontinued. Oh no, sky is falling. Oh, get your bottle now, you idiot. It's gonna be gone forever. And here just very recently, Valentino has announced that they're coming out with Valentino Uomo Intense 2021. That's what I'm gonna call it anyway. The presentation looks slightly different. Instead of having the atomizer built in, it now has a cap and it has a little spiked collar because reasons. And I was hypothesizing that they might change the smell up a bit with the new release. And then a few people left comments and they said, hey, just FYI, I did get the new version of Valentino Uomo Intense, and as best as I can tell, it smells pretty much the same. So that is good news for all of you guys out there who were maybe freaking out that this one was. Next, let's talk about this Uomo signature from Ferragamo. You're gonna see some more notes carried over again, tonka and leather. There's spices in here. And what's gonna set this apart is going to be a roast coffee note. So the original Uomo, the original Ferragamo Uomo, that was really well known for having a tiramisu note. So it did have coffee in there, but more with a sweet edge. And not that this is lacking sweetness, because it's not, but the way that they present the coffee here is roasted. A little more of an edge, you might say, a little bit darker, deeper, denser. What that does though is it takes that Uomo DNA, amps things up a bit, and with everything being amped up, so is the performance. It'll last a long time, and it is one of those fragrances that, to an extent, flies under the radar as far as how much people enjoy it. Because that one is a little bit of a hidden gem, if you want to call it, as far as just pulling and commanding positive attention from people around you. Another thing with Uomo signature is that for a long time, that one has been very cheap, excessively cheap, you might say, on discounters, but lately the price has been going up, so that's a bummer. We're at the final two. Now this next one, I want to throw in a fragrance from my enjoyers of old school fragrances. Yeah, this one is for you. Santos de Cartier Concentré. This one has sandalwood, chili, lavender, and amber. That's some of the notes in the fragrance. It does definitely have that throwback feel to it, you know, that 70s, 80s kind of vibe. Some people would describe that as a bit barber shoppy, and that's how a lot of scents from the time are going to come across. It's very clean and fresh, but in more of a traditionally masculine way. Again, we're talking late 70s, early 80s vibes here. And because of that, it's going to appeal more to a mature audience. And even though it does project heavily and it does last for a long time off my skin, it's still safe to wear. And that is the type of scent, of course, that's going to smell amazing if you're rocking a suit. It's going to give you that air of confidence. Or smell of confidence. Last up, but not least, Spice Bomb Extreme. So this is the only one that I think can really come close to Gucci Intense Oud as far as the longevity and projection and everything, but I still feel like Gucci is gonna edge it out a little bit. You could layer them and you could have an intense Spice Bomb Oud Gooch kind of thing. It's got vanilla, tobacco, spices, and some woodiness in here. And the way this comes across to me is superior to the original Spice Bomb. I've said this a bunch of times, but the black vanilla that's in here really helps soften the edges of the spices in the opening. So it doesn't attack the nose quite as much. Now it's still out there, it's still loud, it still lasts forever. It just does it in a more controlled way. It is a stunning night out fragrance. There's a reason that so many people have talked about Spice Bomb Extreme for so long, and that's because it is great and it's worth the price. Is it expensive, even at discounters for a designer? Yeah, but it's worth it. If I were gonna have just one Spice Bomb fragrance, it's gonna be that one. There we go, 10 Beast Mode Fall and Wintertime fragrances. 12 hours or more off my skin. Now let me know in the comments below, which of these 10, which would you rock if you could have only one? I'm eyeing these up right now, and honestly, I couldn't tell you if it was only one. I'm not sure. All right, guys, that's gonna do it for me. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Thanks for all your support. Stay safe out there. See you tomorrow with another fragrance video.